Actually, that's spot on.
It is spot on.
All the competition that try to compete.
Everything is spot on.
What is up, guys? It's the new wave of sports that is sweeping the nation, where we're not just accurate but spot on. This is Spot On Sports. This is my point exactly, the great debate that is up in your face. And I'm your host. I'm back, at least for the time being, Tony Monk, here with the guys that have been carrying this show and the best in the business. My guy, Jermaine Mathis, Rod McLean, and Trey Stein. They call him Hot Take Trey, but I've been seeing them be a little cold sometimes, man. Y'all boys good?
You trying to talk some trash, bro? Why you gotta be a hater?
Tony.
Hey, man, I'm
Tony,
back,
Tony.
man. It's been a
You say
Talk to me,
you say we've been carrying the team. I've been putting the team on my back in this.
Nah, I'm LeBron. I'm LeBron.
Yeah, my guy get to get his takes, man. I appreciate y'all letting some, allowing the space open for your boy to come back and grace the show with his presence. But let's get into somebody who has graced the league for quite a while and is finally calling retirement. Julian Edleman, wide receiver for the New England Patriots after 12 years, decides to actually call it retirement, posting over 6,000 yards receiving, one of Brady's ace targets. But the question is, how important of a piece was he in New England? And during the same run, he and another guy that we know very well named Rob Gronkowski, who's still playing with him in Tampa Bay right now, came in around the same time. The question is, who was the more important piece, Julian Edelman or Rob Gronkowski to one Tom Brady? Jermaine, I'll start with you.
All right. Well, I'm going to start off by saying I believe that Gronk was the bigger piece for Tom in New England. I want to say that Gronk first joined New England. 5 of his first 6 years, he had double digits in touchdowns. He was a nonstop red zone threat. I mean, nobody could stop him. Tom had some of his highest seasons in those early years with Gronk. I understand that Edelman, he showed up huge in the playoffs. They had the big comeback against Atlanta, and Julian played a major part in that. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that Gronk is probably a top 3 tight end of all time. And I just feel like it's hard to replace somebody like Gronk with the Patriots. Initially, Tom started off with Aaron Hernandez. We thought Aaron Hernandez was going to be that guy, and out of nowhere, Gronk came and took it to a whole nother level. So I'm going to have to go ahead and say Gronk just because I feel like his productivity at the tight end position is unmatched.
Good take there. The one thing that I would say, it wasn't just Gronk being unstoppable, just that position itself, that the tight end position with the Patriots system. You mentioned Hernandez. He was damn near unstoppable himself. So I wouldn't just say it was just Gronk. I feel like both of them was basically unstoppable at the time. The bigger player, obviously Gronk is the bigger player, but the most consistent, I'll have to say Julian Edelman. And the one thing I think about is the injuries. During his time as a Patriots, Gronk definitely got injured more and definitely missed more games than Julian Edelman. So Julian was definitely there always for Tom Brady. So that's another plus on his part. And you mentioned the Super Bowl run. That man had one of the best catches of all time in a Super Bowl game, in a playoff game. That second half, he went crazy. Tom was literally giving him
Super Bowl.
Huh?
I said, no, he saved Brady's biscuit in the Super Bowl. I remember.
Exactly. And at the time, in that Super Bowl specifically, Gronk had a slow second half. He picked it up a little bit late. But that man, Julian, was balling from the first half to the second half. There was a point they had to double team him, and they still couldn't stop him. He handed Brady a Super Bowl.
All right,
take Trey. Take it away.
We're literally asking, it was Edelman better than the greatest tight end ever played football? That's really the question. Because Rob Gronkowski.
No.
Rob
more valuable.
Man, Rob Gronkowski, literally the best tight end to me that I've seen play football. Like,
he's not the best, but I got you. He's not the best, but I got you.
I'm talking the total package, bro. He blocks like a left tackle. And he catches the ball, bro. And you know the reason why Edelman was getting wide open one-on-one all the time? Because they had to double team Rob Gronkowski. And I know he stayed hurt. a lot. But dude, when he played, he's out there. He's like one of the him and Tom Brady have the most touchdowns in playoff history combined. The duo, the connection. And then there was another Super Bowl that they played against the Rams where Rob Gronkowski scored the only touchdown in that Super Bowl. Rob Gronkowski came into the league the same year as Aaron Hernandez. They got drafted in the same draft. They're supposed to be 1A and 1B. I know that the system, the two tight end system, is the Patriot way. They're trying to do it this year, bring it back with Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry. But to me, not Wes Welker. Julian Hernandez is just a diet Wes Welker.
Edelman.
Like they just got him because Wes got old and it's too expensive, and they slid him into the role and did his thing. To me, the system made Julian Edelman because they did the same thing with Danny Amendola. Every playoff, Danny Amendola turned up. He didn't do nothing in the regular season, but in the playoff, Amendola turned up. So it just, to me, it's just the system. It's a plug and play little white slot wide receivers, and they all produce. Like, let's be real,
I like how
there's only one Rob. There's only one Rob Gronkowski. To me, that dude blocks like a left tackle, and you can't cover him with a linebacker, and he's too fast on linebackers, and he's too big for safety. I mean, he scored 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl this year.
We're not talking about this here. We're not talking about this here.
But I'm just saying, he always
but
like you say. You said
he wasn't a Patriot. He wasn't a Patriot. You're going against the question.
But you saying Edelman always showed up when it mattered. I'm saying Gronk showed up too when it mattered. He scored.
I know, but he's Trey. The question was during Tom Brady's time in New England. Who was I can't talk about it. Yeah, the Super Bowl last year.
All I'm just saying, Gronk shows up when it matters. Don't matter when he plays. He on the field. He showed up.
And Edelman didn't.
Edelman did.
And he didn't come out.
Amendola did too.
You want to mention
the
system? Wasn't the Patriot system more designed for the tight ends to have success?
No, because I don't remember a Patriot tight end before Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. Like, they were just regular people. Gronk and Hernandez, 2 talented tight ends, took it to another whole other level. Like, I was watching the podcast with Brandon Marshall, Fred Taylor, when Cam Newton was on there, and they started talking about Aaron Hernandez, and they said Cam said it's probably one of the best football players he ever seen play football. So the talent made that system what it was. Hernandez and Gronk, like, those are 2 talented tight ends. Hernandez just crazy in the head, did some things off the field. But, like, dude, Edelman is just another Wes Welker. It's just another Danny Amendola. They're going to find another little slot wide receiver, and he going to do his thing.
Yeah, no, those slot receivers are always Tom's dump-off option. You know, that was always his third option. They're always coming under the linebackers because the linebackers have to drop so deep. They have to cover Gronk and basically tag team with the safety because Gronk is so big. Tom was always never really had trouble hitting Gronk because he's such a big target. And then again, in the red zone, Gronk is way more valuable than Edelman, if you ask me, just because of his size.
If I remember that Super Bowl, James White, the one who turned up in the second half, like he had like 10 catches that second half.
It was both of them, but yeah, but you're right. It was a lot.
James White was turning up
James
that
White
second half.
Right.
Man, I blame Atlanta. Atlanta, they just chose.
I mean, 28-3, you give up a lead like that, it's definitely there. We can all agree on that. We're on my point exactly that was definitely on Atlanta's case as the reason why they lost that Super Bowl. But